Adventure racing. Expect the unexpected. In every adventure race that you go into, you expect and anticipate all the usual hazards. And with that, I mean, the blisters on your feet because you've been trekking for hours and hours and hours. All the sleep monsters that you're going to get because you haven't slept in days or maybe 2 hours in a couple days. Injuries, bike mechanics, and the fact that you're going to get lost. Well, now racing abroad, it's a whole different story. You have all those things, and then you've got to consider the weather and the terrain, like the freezing cold conditions in Scotland for 7 days, or the complete opposite, and the heat and humidity in Brazil. Then, you go race in Australia. And if you do and you're thinking about it, please come talk to me. Because all of a sudden, you're going to be up against a lethal box jellyfish, saltwater crocs, leeches, jumping ants, that's a couple, there are definitely more, and the stinging tree. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. But it's all these variables which make up adventure racing and really the success of the race. And that's not to mean, getting to the finish line first and winning the race. It's actually about how you as a team manage each other and can get to that finishing line together. Okay, so I'm going to take you back to May last year. Our team of 4 set off to Australia, Cairns, to race a really big race, 700 Ks. Imagine. 6.5 days, non-stop, biking, paddling, trekking, rafting, you name it. And into the race, only day 1.5 into the race, we encountered Australia's most poisonous plant. And initially, you look at a map, this was on a trekking leg, a 47-kilometer trekking leg, and you look at a map and you think, ooh, there's a loggers trail, it looks smooth and easy. Wrong. Expect the unexpected. Because we bundu bashed our way throughout that whole 47 kilometers, which must have taken us up to 12 hours, and sometimes we were literally just clawing our way through. And it was at that point, a couple hours into that trek leg, that we got stung. And it was hectic. Guys, the pain that you feel when you get stung, it is overwhelming. It just completely takes over your whole body. I almost don't have the words to describe to you. Within seconds, your glands in your groin area and the glands under your arms pop up to the size of miniature golf balls. And you kind of get this lame feeling, and it just walks with you. And the problem is, you're racing. You just got to keep going. And you're not going to see any medic until, hopefully, the next transition. Now, this pain is, the other way to describe it is someone, I've really got to get it out to you, is someone with a hot iron, a red hot iron, and they walk past you and they go, psst, when you least suspect it. And that's what it's like. Yeah. Okay, coming up, these slides are definitely lagging a bit. Coming up, damn these slides. There's a picture coming up now with a guy, very soon, with a guy with superbly scratched legs from the bundu bashing. And again, I just kind of needed to reiterate how our legs looked, and it's because of this is the way how we reacted to the treatment. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. So basically, we're top 6 teams all grouped together. It was almost like a bit of a moral support thing, all of us staying together. One would make a break, and then everyone would just carry on going quicker, trying to stick with them. We actually needed each other to get to that point. And the video clip that's coming up is pretty hectic. We arrive in transition. This is us arriving in transition. We're screaming, medic, medic, medic. They sit us down with all our scratches, and they put toilet paper around the affected area. They then get a solution of hydrochloric acid and water. And they leave it on there. They douse that area, and they leave it on for up to 20 minutes. 1 in 4 people were passing out. And it was described to the people back home as a complete war zone. And it really was. And after that, they actually had to reroute the rest of the race. Lucky for them. But it was bad. I just have to actually tell you something very quickly. That final clip made national TV. Australia was so proud of the stinging tree that got all these hardened racers to be crying and, begging for mercy. And now that I've completely lost my place, thanks for that. Okay, to give you a little bit of insight into the plant itself, it's made up of hundreds and thousands of microscopic tubes filled with silicon, or silicon tubes, should I say, filled with poison. And as you brush past these plants, they break off and embed into your skin, releasing the poison. And the big problem is, it's not like you can just sit there and pull them out with a bunch of tweezers. They take the hydrochloric acid. Yay! And that's there to actually break it down, to break down that protein. And then, depending on how long it's been there for, and in our case, not terribly long, then the wax strip is used to pull out the remaining of that fiber, or the remaining tube. But the problem in the race was because we were racing, and you're so worried, like all the top teams are there. Whoever leaves the transition first is the winning team. So even though you're in all that pain, you're just checking out the team next to you, because if they're going to leave, damn it, I'm going to leave. And it was quite hectic. But in all of this, you have your team, and that's what they're there for, to kind of take you through this and support and really just be there for each other. And you just got to keep going. You've got to get to that finish line amongst all these elements. And building up to this talk tonight, I looked at all the photos, and I was doing a bit of research, and it was quite interesting. But the big question that came up for me was, would I do it again if I knew that I would race with stinging trees? You would think no, but the answer is yes. Because what I shared and experienced with those 3 boys, walking the final kilometer to that finish line, arm in arm, and tears rolling down our cheeks, you just can't take it away. Thank you.